Timmy's waving hi.
Also, you want to know what the worst sponsor is today? The worst sponsor?
Maybe.
I was saying the worst sponsor in the world.
Oh boy. Waylon's here. Good morning.
This is the worst sponsor of them all. The worst sponsor ever.
He is not a fan. Hey, Annadette. Hey,
Don't
Ann-Kit.
try this at home. It's very disgusting. But you know what you try at home? Cheese and puffs. But I do give you one warning though.
Hey, Hayden. Hey, Brittany.
They will change the taste buds. I'm not joking, I'm serious.
Okay, so we were discussing, we're trying to get him off of junk food. Hey, Shasta. Hey, Taha.
Why cheese and puffs can change the taste buds?
So he wants me to explain why cheesy puffs and things like this can change your taste buds. Hey, Cupcake Kitchen. Hey, Derek. Hey, Rosalina. So junk food like that has, well, you guys know it's made in a laboratory. Natalie says hi, Timmy.
Hi.
Lots of toxic chemicals in it and fake flavorings that are like scientifically made to make you crave more. Yeah, see, addicted. That's exactly the word I was going to use. This person is addicted and eats Cheetos every day.
No.
They purposely formulate them in such a way where it makes them addicting, where you cannot stop eating them. Hey, Raj, is it Rajasi? And so they have what's called excitotoxins in them. It excites your taste buds. Hey, Elena. Let's say it's a Nanika. So it changes your taste buds and it excites them. And the more you eat of that kind of stuff with excitotoxins, the less you start to like natural food. Natural food, and you can't even taste the natural flavors anymore because you're so used to these like excitotoxins stimulating your taste buds. Hey, Eli. Hey, Miss Coco Bay. What's happening, babe?
What's happening, Eli?
What do you need?
He needs to this.
So, hey, Lily. Doing good. Hey, Rand. Hey, Randoms.
I'm sorry, I gotta go because of Eli.
Okay, did you want to say hi, bud? Okay, so we got the other one wants to say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Say how are you?
And you know what? I'm giving the worst flavor to Dad.
So he's like Timmy's saying these are the worst flavor ever. So hey, editing ladies.
Oh, by the way, stop being addicted to Cheetos. Move on to Lay's and Fritos. Oh, by the way, I like Good Things now. If you're thinking, oh, Timothy, what's Good Things? Explain to your mom.
Okay, so I got Timothy a cracker called Good Thins because he really loves wheat thins, but I'm trying to get him off of gluten because I've been reading a lot of articles, well, how bad gluten is for you, but also if you have struggles with autism or ADHD, getting off of gluten will help your brain function. So I got him something called Good Thins, and instead of wheat thins, and they kind of taste like a crunchy, healthier version of like Fritos.
Oh yeah, you just
like a cross between Fritos and wheat thins, but they're gluten free. Anyway, I got them on Amazon. So they say you look a bit older now. Well, yeah, he got a haircut, and
I got a haircut.
yeah. You both got haircuts.
I do got a haircut. How did it look?
Hey, CJ.
Hey, CJ.
Good morning.
Good morning, CJ.
Eli said, good morning, CJ. Hey, Taha. Elena, well, I need my brain to function as I have my accounting exam coming up. Oh, yes. Yes, Eli does mock everything his brother says. He copies everything his brother says. It's pretty hilarious and annoying.
Like this. I told you guys.
I told you guys.
That's why you have to be a good example, Timothy.
Sorry, I was just.
That's why I'm trying to get you to eat fruits and vegetables so your brother can, you can be his role model.
I was about to read the comment, but the comment.
Okay, so, so who's the small kid? Somebody's asking. This is Elijah. Elijah Xander. Easy. We call him Easy for short.
Mommy or Yasa?
Mommy and Elijah, that's right.
Timmy, what's your favorite song? Oh, let me say it.
Okay, Timmy's gonna go show you his favorite song. Thank you, Cupcake Kitchen. Did you head over? Is there any new people on here from Instagram who've not been here before? All young siblings are copycats, Taha says. TBN says, I'm a fan of Dhar Mann and you. Thank you. Okay, so the topic today is how to overcome the biggest battle. Oh, the boys didn't just get haircuts. I took 4 inches off my hair. It looks so much healthier, doesn't it?
This is the video game I was in. It's like a weekly Scrabble.
Hey, Angel. Hey, Santa.
It's like an old school game. It's like an old school game.
It is an old school game.
Hey,
Hey, Karen and Dusty, good morning. Blessings to you.
I want to show you this too.
This is his favorite band.
Eli, stop.
Imagine Dragons. Okay. Oh, now see this. I don't know how this turned into one big circus here, but now Eli wants to show you
No,
something.
show my Imagine Dragons collection.
Oh, you have to turn it the other way. So now, apparently now Eli is saying we have a sponsor. Apparently Trader Joe's peanuts and a date go into bars. Wait, what? Peanuts go on a date bars. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a joke. It is kind of a joke. Peanuts and dates go in a bar. Oh, Orly, you might like this at Trader Joe's. It's basically peanuts and dates. What else is in it?
I'm sorry.
I was trying to read it, but you took it from me. People are looking for some healthy snack ideas. Let's see. Date paste, peanut butter,
really?
dry roasted peanuts.
I think you should buy the old school Scrabble game before it went out.
Oh, Editing Lake says they like Imagine Dragons too.
By the way, I think that Scrabble old school game might be sold out, so
Okay,
I'm
so
afraid you might buy it at a local.
all right. Rosalina is asking me some questions today.
Jeez. I'll leave. Okay, jeez.
So when it comes to chips, if you can make your own, obviously it's going to be best. You want to get ones without a lot of preservatives in it. Chips typically don't have gluten in them. Whoa, guys, you're like knocking my stuff around. But the thing you have to worry about is
Okay, bye y'all.
bye. Is the amount of fat in things. So when we eat too much fat, it's not just a matter of like clogging up your arteries. It's also a matter of it doesn't allow enough glucose to get into your cells. And anybody who's struggling with any kinds of autism or ADHD, if you have too much fat in your diet, it will stop the glucose from getting into your liver, and you'll have a harder time having your brain function. So anyone who is struggling with any cognitive issues or brain stuff, really anybody, you want to keep your fats low, and you definitely don't want to eat fat early in the day. If you're going to have like nuts or avocados or anything fried, have it at night. Have it be your evening meal, and try to keep your food throughout the day really like light and juicy, like fruits and vegetables, maybe things like oatmeal. You don't want to be eating eggs and bacon for breakfast. If that's the kind of stuff you like, wait till evening time. And honestly, eggs are horrific for you. They're terrible for you. So if you could avoid eggs and dairy, but if you want to have like a piece of salmon at night or some lean cut of meat at night, but don't be eating that stuff during the day, or your body's just not going to function optimally. You see these people that are on these low carb keto crash diets. They have to survive on coffee. They are addicted to coffee because they have no energy. So you guys want to have lots of energy. You want to just be like fruit and smoothies and, you know, have snacks of like apples and cucumbers and dates, and you can have like bananas wrapped in lettuce, little, you know, different things where you pair like fruit because you need the glucose and the potassium with like greens. Like when I'm done with this live, I'll go put honeydew melon in the blender with some parsley or arugula. You want to have a mix, and then later I'll make my heavy metal detox smoothie with like wild blueberries, bananas, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, barley grass, Atlantic dulse, spirulina. You want to have a mix of greens because you want to get the mineral salts in. When you get enough vegetables in, you don't crave fatty food and salty food. And when you get enough fruit in, you're not craving sweets and candy bars and pastries and all that kind of stuff. Elena was saying, I have pineapple juice too. Cool. Oh, yeah, I did not intend to talk about food today, but somebody asked me a question. So you guys just do the best you can. I'll just try to give you some pointers now and then, but really just do the best you can. You know, whenever you have a choice, obviously between an orange and an orange juice, having a real orange is going to be better. If you have a choice between fresh squeezed juice and a processed juice, pick the fresh. You just do the best you can, right? A steamed potato is going to be better than a baked potato. A baked potato is going to be better than French fries. You know, but it's kind of a sliding scale. You just do the best you can. No, Brittany, that is not the topic. The topic is what was the topic? How to overcome the biggest challenge we face. Is that the topic? Elena says, Brittany, I could do a video on food and chat for hours. Everyone has their own like food preferences and quirks, but we're talking about what is the biggest battle you'll ever face in life and how do you overcome it. What do you guys think that is? What do you think I'm talking about? What do you think that topic is? Hey, Andrea. Any ideas? I think that's what I titled today. How to overcome the biggest battle you'll face. So, Zane Awab is asking about overcoming school stress, getting exams next week. I need a good percentage. How can I overcome stress? Well, what are you stressed about? Are you stressed that you won't make? Tell me more about what you're stressed about. Lucas, you quit what? I don't remember if I saw the recipe, Lily. I'd have to go look back and see. Taha says, I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, well, hopefully you will soon. What do you need? You want these? Okay. Okay, did you finish the gluten-free waffle I made you? Did you finish your breakfast? Okay. Okay. Well, I'll see you later. You want to go head out? Yeah. Why don't you go watch your cartoons? Okay, so the biggest battle we will ever face, I'm going to read a poem to you guys and we'll talk about it and break it down. And I see you guys are now starting to put a bunch of questions in. I will get to those. I'll have you ask me the questions when I get done talking about the biggest battle. So the title gives it away. I'm reading from my book, Poetic Prescriptions for Pesky Problems. The title gives it away. The title, hey Beyond, is called The Mind is the Battlefield. So we know the biggest battle we will ever face in life is between our two ears, right? The smoke, it burns my eyes. I'm helpless to see clear. Debris from bombs lay waste. How could my goals be near? You ever feel like that? Like you've got these goals, but you've been just like on this battlefield. Hey Mario, there's smoke, there's, thank you AMCG, there's like bombs, there's like bodies everywhere, like you're just like fighting and everything is sometimes feels like it's falling apart. And you guys, I see some good questions that I want you to ask me in a little bit. And you're like, how could my goals possibly even happen? They haven't happened yet. I've been working so hard. Here, there's a pressing force that aims to keep me down, and water can't be tread. I may as well just drown. You ever feel like giving up? You ever feel like what is the point? I can't even tread water anymore. I am so tired. Exactly, Taha. He said famous quote is, we've met the enemy and the enemy is us. Yes, when life feels like a battlefield. Totally, Brittany. Lethargically I lie like clay that cannot move. There's carnage everywhere. I've no strength to remove. So you got bad stuff happening all around you, and sometimes you don't even have the strength to even get rid of the bad stuff. You're like, well, I know this isn't good for me. I know this person isn't good for me. I know these are bad habits, but I don't even have the strength to fight it. Clint, it's 12 a.m. there. Wow. Yeah, or at least saying I've given up many times. So how do you get back up to fight another day? My eyelids, heavy tombs, I fall into despair. Now I don't care to war. I vegetate and stare. How many of us are just like on the couch, like watching TV because we just, oh, Eli got stuck. Hold on. Oh, Timmy locked the door? Oh, it's not locked. You just needed to twist it harder. Yeah, the door wasn't locked. So you just are like laying there like, I don't have it in me. I can't fight anymore. It's just, I don't know, do I just give up? And then you start making excuses like, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'll never reach my dream. And then it goes the comparison thing. Oh, well, those other people that made it, I'm not like them. They have more advantages. I think Nanika, I tried to say your name earlier. I don't think I did a good job. So you just you start to compare. You start to say, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I don't have what it takes. And then you kind of just sink down into this lull that, hours seem like years as I disintegrate. My goals here turn to dust and blow down a steel grate. Not many battles won, yet Satan picks on me. Ever feel like, why in the world is the devil picking on me? What have I done? What have I accomplished? Aren't there bigger targets for him? I'm nobody. I'm nothing. Why am I the target? Hey, Bright. What did I do to be his target now? Well, let's find out. Not many battles won, yet Satan picks on me because he sees what I can't. He flies the heavenlies. You guys know that Satan flies in the heavenlies and he can see stuff and know stuff. He can see the angels coming down from God to bless you and give you the things that you've prayed for, right? When it talks about who we are to battle in life, it talks about we battle the principalities, the powers of darkness in the heavenly realm. So he's not just stuck here on earth and he's not just stuck here in hell. He actually has access to the heavenlies, right? There's conversations recorded between God and Satan when Satan wanted to take Job down. Who remembers that? There's also scripture that tells us that the devil goes before God night and day accusing us, that he's the accuser of the brethren who goes before God. So he's right now, till the earth ends and all of that, Satan still has access to God. So he's going there accusing, oh, do you know what Angela did today? Do you know what Orly did today? Do you know what Brittany did today? And he's accusing, do you know what Frank did today? And he's accusing us. So what happens? When God clears all the smoke, he takes away nightmares. There's worship in my heart. You heard my foxhole prayer. Hey, Monica. How many of you have had those foxhole prayers? Like, God, I don't know if you're real, but I'm about to die out here. Like, I'm getting hit on all sides. This grenade might go off. I might catch a bullet through my helmet. I don't know what's happening. And you desperately reach out to God. And he finally hears your foxhole prayer. And then there's a change that happens. Have you guys ever experienced that change that happens? Now joy fills me inside. A glimmer hits my eye. You see, you catch a glimpse when the smoke is cleared. Like, you know what? Maybe my dreams aren't as far away as I thought they were. Maybe it is possible, but I was letting like the carnage, the debris, the smoke, the bombs that have gone off make me feel like it was impossible and I couldn't make it. Now joy fills me inside. A glimmer hits my eyes. I'm closer to my goal than I had realized. But here's what happened. Satan knew that fact. He tried to make me quit, and he used every trick so I'd give up on it. You know, there's powers working against us. You know, a lot of times we're not always to blame. It's not always our fault. There's dark forces against us, especially if you're trying to do something with your life to be pleasing to God, to follow your calling, to help others. There's a force trying to stop you from doing that. But there's a scripture that tells us we are not ignorant of his devices, right? Clint asked me that question in a little bit. We're not ignorant of his devices. He's spelled out for us. If we read the scriptures, we can see his tactics, and it's spelled out for us. If I had known my foe and his misguided fleet, right? Satan and his little minions, I wouldn't be so quick to yield or to retreat. Hi, guys. In truth, here's what we need. Here's what you guys need to know. In truth, he can't stop me. Just tell me it's too tough. Whatever it will take, I haven't got enough. That's what he does, right? Besides going to God day and night and saying how we're messing up, he's whispering in our ear. You stink. You suck. You're not good enough. You're not talented enough. You're not smart enough. You're not young enough. You're not thin enough. You're not strong enough. You're not rich enough. You don't have what it takes. Blah, 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 blah. He just keeps on until something hits with you and you go, you're right. I'm not. I don't. And it's not a matter of whether what he's saying is true or not. It's a matter of, do you believe it or do you not believe it? Because if someone tells you you're worthless and you don't believe it, you keep going and you keep doing your thing. But if you believe it, then you live into that, right? Whatever you think, Proverbs 23:7, right? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So what are you thinking? What are you believing? And is whatever imaginary thing you're thinking about yourself, whatever thought, whatever opinion, is it true? Is it even true? If you believe it is, it will have this self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You will become what you think about. So when the devil tells you it's too tough, whatever it takes, you've not got enough, yet now you know, now you guys know the mind is the place the devil will always attack. Yet now I know the mind is where he will attack. So I won't quit the fight, but rather battle back. Now you guys know, it's not you. It's not about your capabilities. It's about the devil. It's about your enemy trying to get you down, trying to believe that you haven't got enough, that you don't have what it takes. All he can do is whisper lies to you, and then you decide to quit. You decide it's too hard. You decide that he's right, that you don't have what it takes, that you're not fill in the blank, good enough, young enough, cute enough, thin enough, rich enough, smart enough, blah, blah, blah. And whenever we think those things, how can you fight back? You will never rise above the image that you have of yourself. We have a visitor. You will never rise above the thoughts that you think about yourself. But you know what? You are capable of changing your thoughts. You are capable, hey Clint TV, you are capable of becoming anything you want. You are capable. Excuse me, why are you eating junk food at 8:30 in the morning? Okay. Oh boy, we try our best, don't we? Okay, yes, Lily, Rob does not like shrimp. He does not eat shrimp or anything like that. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for the gift. Hey, Mackenzie. So, the only thing that can stop us is us, right? The only thing that can stop us is your self-talk. So how are you talking to yourself, right? What are you believing and what are you living up to because you believe that? All right, Jarrell says, did you want to become an actress with the intention to go to Hollywood? That was not my intention, but that's what came to me during my times of prayer when I was going to Bible college. I kept hearing God tell me, move to Hollywood and become an actress, and I thought that was cuckoo. I thought it was cuckoo. It was not part of a plan I had for my life. Majestic Photography Life says, funniest joke of the century. The termite went into a bar and asks the bartender, where's my glass of wine? I don't get it. Is that the funniest joke? Termite went into a bar and asked, where's my glass of wine? Okay, maybe that's funny to some other people, but I don't understand it. Wouldn't he ask, for a glass of sawdust or something wooden? Okay, you both are looking cute. Thank you, Shandu. Or Lisa, that's how I feel and think about myself, but I'm getting better at it thanks to you. Okay, I really like spicy food. I do not. I learned today that God is my favorite. Aw. Taha. I've read some passages of it. Oh, please don't put your dirty hands in my face. Why don't you go in the bathroom and wash your hands? Okay. So, any of you guys who typed in questions earlier when I was reading and I didn't get to see them, type them in now. What is in your eye color, Miss Katherine? What is in it? I don't know if I understand that question. Maybe it's what is in your eye color. Clint, I don't understand your question. But right eye blue, left eye hazel. Okay, I'm not the only one who didn't understand the joke. Okay, so a bunch of you had some really good questions at the beginning that I didn't get to. So now is your time to type them in, and I will answer them. And be mindful of your self-talk this week, right? What are you saying you're capable of? What are you saying you're not capable of? I know, Elena. He's this silly goose here. He's a silly goose. One day he's eating bananas and green beans, and the next day he's eating laboratory frankenfood excitotoxins. What can we do?
Daddy, mommy, cytotoxins.
He said, Daddy bought me cytotoxins. Yes, we know I did not buy those for them, but, you know.
That's his favorite hands.
Yeah, why don't you go wash your hands?
No.
I have a question. I am capable of doing stuff on my own. Yeah, right? Whatever. I use this Henry Ford quote all the time. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Clint TV, how was God born? He wasn't born. He always was. He existed before everything. He always was. I'm not a theologian, so I cannot answer deep spiritual questions, and I'm not a philosopher, so I'm just a little old actress trying to spread some sunshine in your lives, trying to make your Sunday a little more of a fun day. Is that true? Yeah, I don't have all the answers. Let's see. Donald asks, hey Vias, what is your advice for those who have had something bad happen years ago and carry that pain alone? Donald, I would ask you why you're still carrying the pain.
I lost my head.
You can get to a place in your life where you remember what happens to you, but you no longer have the sting. It no longer hurts. Yeah, it no longer hurts to think about it. It's like the difference between a scar and a fresh wound. A fresh wound will keep bleeding, but a scar is all healed up, right? You still see the scar, you still remember what happens, but you can touch it and it's not tender anymore. It doesn't hurt anymore. What happens a lot when we get wounded in life is we never allow it to heal. We never clean out the wound. We never find the exact thing that's causing it. We never pull out the sliver and stitch it up and allow it to become a scar. We keep it festering. We don't clean it out. And then it's all scabby. And then we keep picking off the scabs. And that's why it always still hurts. So, Donald, it sounds like it's maybe a deeper discussion than maybe what we could do here. But I would do some soul searching if I were you. And scars remind us of where we've been, but they don't tell us where we're going. Exactly, Elena. I would do some soul searching of why, whatever this thing that happened to you in the past, why it still hurts you. Ask yourself, what am I believing about myself because this happened to me? You know, for instance, women who have been sexually assaulted, they have this guilt, which is not even based on something they did. You know, because something bad happens to them, they somehow feel sometimes like, I should have known better. I shouldn't have believed this guy. I should have known he had nefarious thoughts toward. I should have known he was going to hurt me. And they start to blame themselves because they don't know what else to do. They're trying to figure out like where this pain is coming from. But you can't blame yourself for what somebody else chooses to do to you. Of course, it's easy in hindsight to look back and go, well, I should have known because he did smell like alcohol. Or I should have known because, you know, somebody told me not to trust him. Or I should have known. You don't know what other people are going to do. And you can't blame yourself for being a good person. For giving someone the benefit of the doubt. For, you know, not thinking evil of everyone every time you meet someone. You know what I mean? So, whatever has been done to you that you can't seem to let go of or get rid of, it's not worth you holding on to. Right? It's not worth it. Taha, no, I do not drink alcohol. But I have no problem with people who do. It's their will and it's their body. So don't hold on to things that are causing you harm. You know, if somebody says something to you, even if it's true, if it's making you feel terrible, then either do something about it or let go of the thought, right? So if you're 80 pounds overweight and someone tells you you're fat and you're letting it make you feel bad, either ignore that person or make a choice to do something about it, right? But don't sit there crying, upset, angry with yourself because you're overweight. So Mike Murdoch has a saying. It says, do not complain about what you permit. So what, do you have things that you're, do you have things that you're permitting, that you're allowing? You know, it's like, you ever have a friend that's constantly complaining about the same thing over and over and over, and you're like, well, then do something about it. If you don't like it, do something about it. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it anymore.
Do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So
Don't do
we have a choice.
Don't do
Do we?
that.
If someone is saying something and it's dragging us down to the depths, why let it take up residency in your mind? Kick out the thought. If you believe it's true for some reason, then do something about it. Okay. What was it that led you to your decision to become an actress? Honestly, you know, I remember in grade school doing some plays, and I thought they were a lot of fun. And I remember in high school doing some like talent shows and putting together, like casting them and choreographing dances and lip syncs and costumes, and I had so much fun doing it, but I never really considered it a career kind of thing. It wasn't until I felt God was like pulling me that direction, and then he sent signs, you know. He sent signs. So I didn't know anyone in LA, and I hadn't done, I think I auditioned for a play in high school and I didn't get chosen. They didn't pick me, so I was like, well, this is not a career for me. But then this, I think I've told you guys this before, a traveling play. Oh my gosh. You are so messy. No, you're not? Okay. A traveling play. This is turning into a mukbang. Mukbang? How do you say that? Mukbang? That's when you film yourself eating. Yeah, I've never done one of those.
Why do you do that?
Yeah, why do you do that?
Why do that?
So a play came through my town, and I was in it, and I saw people's lives change. Go wash your hands. I saw people's lives change, and they were like moved and in tears and wanting to change their lives and wanting to be better. And I realized you didn't just have to be like a preacher to make a difference in someone's lives. You could be an actor. Did that answer your question? And other signs. Someone I knew ended up moving here, and I came to visit them, and then they asked me if I wanted to move in with their daughter and be roommates with their daughter because they didn't want her living alone. And so I came out, and I was just going to visit for a week, but I never left. I called my husband. I was like, I'm not coming home. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, this is where I'm meant to be. This is what God told me. So I don't know what to say. You're going to have to sell your business and move out here, or... Yeah, I was that person. I gave him an ultimatum. He wasn't very happy because he was like big man on campus in his hometown. He was like the man. He was like the cool guy. He had his own skateboarding store, and he ran the skate park, and I don't know, he was the cool guy. I think he was like early 20s. It's funny though. He was in his early 20s, and they called him Old Man Norland. All the teenage skateboarders. He's in his early 20s, and they called him Old Man Norland. We're gonna go down to Old Man Norland's skate shop. Funny. It's funny when you're a teenager, you think someone in their early 20s is old. Okay. Questions. Thank you, Flexer. Is it Flexer? F-X-L-L-E-R. Thank you, Clint. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Sheree said, yes, ma'am, I understand your point, but I have seen a lot of people struggle like that. Blake, I'm doing good, especially a lot of your friends. So do you feel like you have to take their struggles on yourself? Not everybody who struggles we're meant to help, and I had to find that out early on. Angela, thank you for the gift. I'm just seeing that now. Oh, Charlie, I'm so sad to hear about your cat passing away. My cat passed away and I miss him a lot. I got his siblings. His sister helps me a little with the pain by sleeping. How do I get over the pain? You know, sometimes things like that just take time. Also, you know, try to focus on the siblings. Try to focus on the kitties that you do have and form bonds with them. If we keep going back to what we don't have, we're going to get sad and depressed. So we have to start appreciating the things we do have. Did you see the Dhar Mann video where the mom forces the daughter to become a doctor, but she wants to be a comedian? I just watched that last night. I had like a Dhar Mann marathon. You have to set aside a lot of time to watch those now. They're not 5 minutes anymore. Each one's like 20 minutes now. And some of them are two-parters. Yeah, I like it. I liked it. I was really touched when the mom brought out that box. There's like something flying in the air. And it showed how the dad wanted to be a comedian too and didn't follow his dreams because his parents wouldn't let him. You know, you guys don't die with your dreams still inside you. It's your life. Yes, your parents love you and they want to guide you in the right direction and they maybe don't understand how something could work out for you. My dad was the same way. You know, he was nervous for me. He was scared. Oh, don't move to California. It's dangerous. They're Los Angeles and it's dangerous. And they watch on the news. I don't know what kind of stuff they put on the news about California. But every time my mom calls me, I heard there's a big storm in California. I'm like, the big winter storm warnings out here is like some sprinkles of rain. Trust me, it's not that serious. They'll call me, we saw the fires are ravaging California. Do you have to flee your home? No, Mom, we're nowhere near that. We heard... Here's one I got last week, because every time they call me with these news reports of what's happening in California, I get a voicemail from her last week. My mom, we heard that wild boars are taking over California. Mom, I haven't heard about the wild boars. We heard about the earthquakes. Is your house still standing? Yep, Mom. Didn't even feel a tremor. House is still standing. But the wild boars one really got me. Mom, I haven't seen any wild boars in my neighborhood. I don't know where the wild boars are taking over. I guess there's too many vegetarians in California. We're not eating the boars. I don't know. I haven't seen any. God bless them. And I hope you all know not everything on the news is true. They used to report news. Now they sensationalize and promote fear to get everyone in a state of panic so we can control you. Oh boy. Brittany says, I'm blessed to have parents that would support me whatever I decide to do. Yeah. Yeah. My parents are like that now, but they didn't catch the vision right away. Thank you, Derek. So the next Dhar Mann video I'm in, I feel like it should be coming out next week because I already saw they put a thumbnail up. Did you guys see when Dhar said, pick which thumbnail? And one had Colin and one had Sophia about dad abandons daughter. Well, I'm the mom in that. So I feel like that should be coming out next week since they had you voting on the thumbnail. And I think I shot this week. Didn't I shoot this week sometime? I feel like I was there. Oh, I was there Thursday. The days kind of meld into each other. I was there Thursday shooting something. Oh, it was a collab. It was a collab with a famous YouTuber. Okay. Charlie says, I have to thank you. In a way, I feel at fault for his death. He loved going outside, and I didn't realize it was dangerous. His kidneys started to shut down, and I still let his siblings go out because they loved it. That is not your fault. Your cat would have been miserable if he was cooped up in the house. You know, you let them do what they love. That is so not your fault. Please stop feeling guilt. Those are lies from the enemy he's planting in your head. Lily asks, how do you deal with people who are pretentious, wealthy, and rude, and only talk about educational purposes? I try to avoid them. These are not the people I would have over to tea. Oh, yes. Where did you get your degree, dear boy? Oh, Stanford or Harvard? Oh, were you valedictorian? How much is your IQ? Yes. Oh, what was your net worth this year? Oh, you didn't make 1 million this year? What happened, dear boy? Was there some bad investments? But you have to know not all rich people are like that. I have a dear friend who is a billionaire, and sweet guy, down-to-home guy, helped me out when I was just a little valet girl. I'm just this little girl parking cars out here with stars in my eye, and he took me under. He was a big investor on Wall Street, and he told me, once you save up $1,000, I'll help you start your online trading account. And he, sure enough, this billionaire came over to my humble abode and helped me start an investment. Account when I saved up $1,000. And beautiful man adopted some special needs kids and cared for them and took care of them. So not everybody who has money is all about pretentious things, just so you know. I know people like to promote that all rich people are greedy and selfish and care about material things, but not everybody is like that. You can't put all rich people or all poor people in a box. You know, there's some poor people that are just as pretentious and greedy. So we just can't judge by those things alone. But, you know, you can judge someone by what they speak about. You ever want to know about a person? Keep your mouth closed. Just sit back and listen to them talk. What do they talk about, right? Scripture says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So you can really tell what people are thinking, what they're believing, what they're going through by the words that come out of their mouth. Now, if you catch them in something and you say something about what they said, they may try to cover. They may say, oh, I was just joking around, or, you know, I had a few drinks, so I didn't really mean it. There's a part of them that did mean it. They spoke it. There's a part of them that meant it. Now don't put all that in a tight little box either, because there are comedians, there are people who, you know, it's their job to make jokes about things, and not everything a comedian believes is true. But you just listen to your friends and family. You just sit back and listen to them speak. You're going to learn a lot more if you keep your mouth closed and just listen to what others say. You'll learn a lot about them, because people will talk about what they think and they feel and they believe. Okay, Blue Raccoon says, think you can ask Dhar by April is around the corner. Think he can contact a school for an autistic high school graduates, because I know gone to one. You know, people ask me all the time, can you ask Dhar this? Can you have that? I really can't. I barely ever see him. Like 2 or 3 times a year, maybe. So I saw him the other day on set, and he was there just because there was like a collab going. Whenever there's like another famous person, he's there. but we were filming, and I didn't even know he had walked in, and they said cut, and then I heard him say, hey, good job guys, or whatever, and I turned to see, but there's no time to like go up to him and have my list of the 600 people who've asked me to ask him for favors. I mean, I like, what would I do? Excuse me, can we stop production for a moment? Can everyone just hang and stop shooting? Because I have this list of 600 people who've asked me to ask Dhar something. Excuse me, Dhar, I know you're just about to leave, but there's a lot of requests here. Do you think, I mean, put yourself in my place. You know, it's just, like, I've never even asked him for a favor for myself in all these years, you know? I made a suggestion once when we were walking. We had some time to chat. We were walking from his penthouse to a restaurant to celebrate the first time he got 1 billion or 2 billion views or something. And I was able to pitch an idea about a script. But other than that, it's like business. Things are moving. There's not a lot of downtime. We're not sitting in the green room we're shooting and he's passing by, and I don't know, there's just really not time for me to bring everybody's requests to him. I mean, I've got a million things I'd like to ask him about too. Never seems like the right time. So I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't seem rude, but I just want you to kind of like put yourself in my place. Like, I want to make sure I still have a job this year and not come to him with all these requests. You know, you guys, if you're somebody like him, every single day you're being barraged by people that want something from you. Can you give to my cause? Can you give to my charity? Can you show up for this? Can you do a script on this? Can we interview you for this? Would you like to be in our paper? Can we put you in this magazine? Would you like to be on a cover? Have you thought about doing this? Would you like to collab with it? It like doesn't stop. So it doesn't stop. So I don't want to be one of those people that puts like all these things on him. Like, here's more stuff. Will you do this? Will you do that? So I hope you understand. I'm not trying to be rude. I just, yeah. Oh, it's okay, Lizzie. I'll ask him a request. I'll first wait to the end of March. No pressure. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to reach out to the team. Maybe there's a way to go to the website. I'm sure he's not able to go through all his messages. He has like, what does he have, like 1 million people on Instagram, or 2 million? I don't know how many. But, you know, if I get hundreds of messages a week, I'm sure he gets tens or 20s of thousands, right? So you gotta understand. I mean, imagine if you were that person where every day complete strangers are asking you to do stuff for them. I get it every day. Complete strangers from other countries saying, will you pay for me to come there? This is my dream my whole life, and my dad died, and my mom isn't able to help me. Can you fly me there? Can you put me up? Can you sponsor me? And I'm like, I know you think I'm rich and famous, but I'm like, oh, are we going to have enough to make our mortgage this month? I'm just like a regular person, and I think some people don't realize that because of the amounts of views that the videos get, people assume that you're maybe at a higher level than what reality is. It's very expensive to live in California, and you know, it's not, I know it's not easy. It's not easy for any of us. So, you know, just so you guys know where I'm coming from. Blake says, is a video called Babysitter Abandons Child. I didn't see you or Colin in the trailer. No. Dad abandons daughter. Dad abandons daughter. It's not about a babysitter. What did you think of the video where the nerd throws party behind parents' back? That was a good one. That was a good one. I liked where they ended it, where he was passed out for the part 1, like the little cliffhanger. Man, I watched that with Timothy, and he was like, don't do it. No, don't do it. Oh, Timmy's fun to watch these with, because he's rooting for the people. Jarrell says, yeah, it happens with celebrities too. Why is California so hot? You know, I think it has to do with somebody who knows science or the global stuff. Doesn't it have to do with like how close you are to the equator? Am I right on that, or am I just making stuff up? I think the closer you are to the equator, the hotter it gets. At least I heard that somewhere. Maybe I was asleep in class and it somehow subconsciously got in my brain. Yes, California was a desert. I see, that's why I like to be a voice actor. Voice actors live regular lives instead of celebrity lives. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time it is there. It's still morning here. And yeah, it doesn't really rain here. What other burning questions do you guys have? If I missed any of your questions, type them in again. Llama asks, why does Mikey never change? Well, I think I answered this last week, but if Mikey changed, then the series would be over. However, you guys will enjoy the one we shot Thursday with the collab, because Mikey ends up being the good guy. You'll see. It may have something to do with candy and going to the movies. I don't know what I'm at liberty to tell, but there you go. Okay. I love the clip when you played a stripper. Oh, gee, that's what you got out of that demo reel? Well, thanks. Maybe I'll find the full film and maybe I'll find it and post that short film. I got a lot of, I'm just thinking, where am I going to find... Here's one of the problems with being an actor when you start out. You start out acting, you're trying to build a demo reel, like what I put up on Friday, to show your range and all the different characters you can play. Most of these filmmakers do not even give you your stinking footage. So you never have your footage. So a lot of times they don't post it online because they're trying to enter it in film festivals, or they're trying to turn it into a feature film, or they're trying to do stuff with it. And so there's this thing called copy, credit, and meals. And so for the first several years I was out here, you wouldn't even get paid for acting. You were working for copy, credit, and meals, which means they would feed you on set, usually pretzels and water. Well, when you're doing extra, they wouldn't really. They would say they feed you, but they don't. You're still starving. And then they would give you credit. Ooh, we're going to put your name in the titles so you'll like feel important. Or we're going to put your name on IMDb. And the third thing was a copy. Back in the days when I started, they would give you a DVD, but most of them wouldn't. So you would work, you would audition, you would work several days on a project for copy, credit, and meals. If the film ever came out, your name might be in the titles. If their producer was up for it, they would put your name on IMDb. But would you ever get a copy? Very rare. I think I maybe got a copy of 20 of the projects out of like 150 I was in. So I say I did all this work, but can I prove it? Only 65 of those people have put the credits up on IMDb. Maybe only 20 gave me copies. So it's really a racket. They really treat the actors bad out here. People who want to be actors, it's like people think of actors who don't know the industry as like that's the pinnacle. They're out in the limelight, they're making the big bucks. But in reality, 97% of us are like fighting tooth and nail, just trying to get what we've been promised. Emailing the director, calling the director, like, when am I going to get my copy? And then it never comes, and there's always an excuse. The check's in the mail. I mean, things that I've been supposed to be paid for that didn't get paid for. And I know I'm like this week and last week I've been shattering a lot of illusions people have about actors, but I'm not trying to scare you away. Because if it's your passion and if it's what you're calling, you know, I'm just saying you might want to have another source of income besides the acting. Okay, so hasn't this been a fun day? Would you want to try different accents when playing characters on Dhar Mann? I did it a couple times. I did it when the teacher accuses the student of being on drugs with Devin, and I also did kind of an old lady-ish kind of accent for the TikToker gets kicked out of the office. Yeah. So, guys, Brittany says, I seen a clip of YouTube where you were walking with a cane injured with an accident with that pregnant lady. What one is that? Did I have a Russian accent in that one?
Mommy,
That might have been...
come on.
Come on. Oh, come on. What are we going to do?
I want to show you cows.
You want to show me cars? Okay, guys, Eli wants to show me cars. So I got to say goodbye. Would you like to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
We're going to go look at cars. Goodbye. See you next week. Love you.
Kiss it.
Mwah.